remaining. Team pick.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Joint Dota League Season 5. We're still in the group stages, and we're going to be watching as Max Cobra's Super Push, or MCSP, or however you want to say it. There is no easy way for that to flow off the tongue, to go up against Liang Hao, and, well, that is probably something that I should know what it means in Chinese, but I don't even know if it is. Something good? Smile? Good? I have no clue, guys. I'm a terrible Asian, but that's fine. Because if you look at the names, you will probably see some that are quite familiar. Rise, Bland, Baby Knight, Unicorn. Most of them, if not all of them, used to be on MYM, back when MYM used to be in Dota. And the one person you may not recognize, Jalopy, used to be on basically Unknown. He was their mid player, and I suspect he might be their mid player here. Although, cards on the table, it is the first time that I have casted either of these teams in their current incarnation, so it should be interesting. I'm Mike Loris. I will be your host for these two games, and hopefully, just hopefully, they will be good ones. I know back in the, before, the players, Rise's team, whatever it was called, they would play really slow, grindy games, and that's fine. That's really fine, but it's just not good for watching. Like, no one really wants to watch an hour-and-a-half farm fest. It gets to you really quickly, and it's really not what people want to see. But hopefully they won't really go down that route because that's kind of boring. But let's take a look at the draft. We got Troll Warlord going to be picked up after having the Juggernaut and Axe banned out, so taking care of most of the flavor of the month heroes. Cobra's going to grab the Ancient Apparition after that Troll Warlord. It's nice to have an answer to the Voodoo Restoration of the Witch Doctor. We'll also brickwall some of Liang Hao's future picks down the line. An overall powerful hero, although I do think it's a hero that you could probably pick up in the second stage. If it's banned out, it's inconvenient, but it's not really going to be breaking your game. Hao, on the other hand, Tidehunter, Witch Doctor. And Tidehunter is still a reasonable first pick, I think, just because he is such a safe hero to grab. He will most of the time get what he needs, and eventually he'll grab Blink Dagger, and then eventually you're going to have results from that hero. But this is definitely, it seems like a older kind of draft from Liang Hao, grabbing that Tidehunter first. You know, especially when when you look at the Troll Warlord first pick, that's I guess the newer way to do it. But that's fine. Sometimes grabbing a hero that isn't picked all that often is just enough to get you a victory anyway. With the Witch Doctor, there's no huge synergy here except for just a Death Ward Ravage combination, which is fine if it lands, but the odds of it actually landing, fairly slim. You could always have those magical Christmas time scenarios when you get the Ravage and then you just channel the Death Ward and everyone dies. But yeah, that might happen, maybe not, and it looks like they won't rely on that combo because they're going to grab a Spirit Breaker third pick. This is actually the second Spirit Breaker I've seen in now 3 games, which is really, really weird. But I love it because it's Spirit Breaker, and this is going to prompt Max Cobras to grab their Rubik. It's just the need of having an instant stun versus Spirit Breaker is something that you really, really do want to have when you're being charged. Rubik does it almost the best. Lion, I would say, probably a little bit better, although it seems like Max Cobras, they're going to be playing a super slow game with the defensive nature of Rubik Ancient Apparition. Look towards something like Medusa. No, Medusa's banned out. Look towards, you know, a harder carry like a Spectre or something down the line for Max Cobras. Looking at the bans, it is fairly normal, I would say. Liang Hao taking care of some of those initiators from Max Cobras and just getting rid of heroes that make Tidehunter's life a little bit more difficult. Whereas Max Cobras taking out the Medusa, the Broodmother, and this is going to prompt Liang Hao to, of course, grab that Spirit Breaker and then grab the Storm Spirit, which is, you know, not really a hero that's going to be fantastic if you look at both sides' drafts right now. It's going to be solid. Max Cobra is still light on the crowd control, and now up against the Storm Spirit, they're going to need a lot more. Problem being, they are already with their 2 support heroes. Ancient Apparition has absolutely no crowd control, or I guess maybe some if you're lucky with Cold Feet, but let's be honest, that's not going to land anytime soon. They have that, and they have Telekinesis, and cross their fingers for bashes. That's not really a good way to deal with the Storm Spirit. They really need something else. That's also not a good way to deal with the Storm Spirit. Shadow Fiend. It's a hero that can go toe-to-toe with Storm Spirit in lane and come out ahead most of the time, as Storm Spirit's laning phase isn't really super strong. But as far as killing him off later, Storm Spirit will definitely have the edge. Of course I read the chat. What kind of question is that? Jeez, guys, come on. But Liang Hao, grabbing the Storm Spirit, most likely will be given to Jalopy. I have seen the basically unknown side, when Jalopy was on it, play the Storm Spirit quite often, and it was good. And it was real good, guys. It was real good. So between the Storm Spirit and the Spirit Breaker and the eventual Blink Dagger of the Tidehunter, you're going to have a lot of initiation range for Yang Hao. And as Cobras, initiation range is exactly what you don't want the enemies to have if you're packing a Shadow Fiend, because he is a very fragile hero. If you get on top of him, he maybe will be able to Requiem if he's super lucky and if he has substantial cover, but best case scenario, you take someone down before you die, and that's not really good enough for a Shadow Fiend. So Yang Hao, they're definitely already well prepared for this Shadow Fiend pickup, which kind of raises the question, how much do they value the Shadow Fiend as a pick, and how much do Cobras want to pick up the Shadow Fiend because all the top teams are picking up the Shadow Fiend? There's definitely something like that going on right now. Like, it's very easy to see the impacts of the Troll, the Axe, in any level of game, because if you just bash someone to death, then they're dead. But Shadow Fiend requires a lot of finesse, and unlike the Troll or the Axe or the Juggernaut, Shadow Fiend is actually a pretty difficult hero to play. So just grabbing it is going to be fine if you have a hero if you have a player who's extremely capable. But if you don't, if you have someone who's kind of on Shadow Fiend and you're up against a Storm Spirit, Spirit Breaker, then you're going to potentially be in a lot of trouble in that mid lane. I would expect Yang Hao to play a super aggressive style with the Spirit Breaker, as if you pick up a Spirit Breaker and play the game very slowly, you're most likely going to be losing. It will be nice to get into a bash war with Troll Warlord. It's one answer to bash, just have the bash go on the other end. So just, constantly coin flipping to see who's going to come out on top. When there's a BKB on Troll Warlord, there's not much you could do aside from that. But I would expect Witch Doctor, Spirit Breaker to be the support duo. Would rather like to see a Vengeful Spirit picked up somewhere in this type of draft, but I don't think it's any longer available. Or it's available, but it's not really feasible for either side, unless Yang Hao want to run a core Spirit Breaker, which actually won't be too bad either. Having a Venge Witch Doctor as a dual support for like a Spirit Breaker safe lane might get the job done. For Max Cobras, doesn't really seem viable. I don't think they're going to send a Rubik or Ancient Apparition towards a solo lane of their own when they have both Shadow Fiend and Troll Warlord. So it should be Max Cobras looking for an off laner, and Yang Hao looking for a safe laner. So someone for a little bit more of the late game, most likely Unicorn's hero, I want to say. Although this Unicorn, he claims he's not the original Unicorn. So I don't know what to believe, guys. So what will they pick up now? Still, Max Cobras have a shortage of crowd control, and that is something that you can abuse with quite a few heroes. Grabbing another Spirit would be pretty good, like an Ember. Well, I guess the only other Spirit is Ember Spirit. Grabbing that would be fine if they want to put him in a different lane, would also have a long-range initiation path. Grabbing any Blinker is going to be preferable right here, because Cobras don't have that much. Or just grab someone who is just going to be able to brute force their way through. You can either get to the Shadow Fiend by using Finesse, by using the Charge, by using the Ball Lightning. I guess Charge isn't really Finesse. Or you can just like charge at him with Bristleback, and that's pretty good too. Again, because the Rubik and Ancient Apparition are the support picks by Cobras, they don't really have that much damage in lane unless they pop the Chilling Touch. And in that case, yeah, killing off the Bristleback is certainly very possible. But other than that, the hero's ability to chip down the Bristleback and just poke at him occasionally, not really going to be happening. Although this could be a safe lane Bristleback, there is also the chance that Yang Hao shuffle up their lanes just a little bit to try to read the enemy side and read their lanes and see what they can get from that. For example, sending the Tidehunter towards the mid lane is possible for Yang Hao, just expecting either Shadow Fiend or Troll Warlord, both of whom can be handled by a Tidehunter. So if they want to risk that, then yeah, it's probably something that they can do. Otherwise, having a safe lane Bristleback is something that's fine, although you generally don't want to sit on your safe lane Bristleback for too long. If you do, you end up getting into a state where you will be very farmed, but you need your Bristleback to be fighting, just because that hero, much like the Spirit Breaker, is eventually going to be decreasing in value as the game progresses. So we'll see how Yang Hao want to be laning this. Whereas for Cobras, going to grab a Clockwork for their last. Now, this is going to offer them some initiation, which first of all they desperately need. Second of all, it's going to give them their offlane, which of course is something that they also need. As far as crowd control is concerned, Clockwork is decent at it, but it's not really going to help too much versus the Storm Spirit. Like maybe they'll be able to hookshot him and keep him under taps after having Ball Lightninged away already, but still the Storm Spirit has just, for the most part, telekinesis to worry about. And that's actually pretty difficult when you are MCSP. So we'll see how Cobras are actually going to lane this as we are in the game. And it looks like all the Cobras are going to be going up towards the top lane. We have playing the Clockwork. That is not the right button. And I don't know why I keep on clicking on the portraits. It always like zooms to them if I'm very far away. It's really weird. But Clockwork is going to be played by Estriel. On the Rubik, we have Jeru. On the Troll Warlord, it's going to be played by Pitch with Brutalis. On the Ancient Apparition, and Vitalik is going to be playing the Shadow Fiend. By the way, Brutalis, the worst name for an Ancient Apparition player, just because it just doesn't make sense. Jeru is going to run into Jalopy right now. Telekinesis in. They do have Chilling Touch. They need some crowd control, though. They don't have any. A couple more right clicks doing a hell of a lot of damage, but man, if they had just one more stun, anything in the world, if they had ranged whirling axes, that would have been enough. But instead, they don't get anything. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I'm literally just pressing the portraits and it's like zooming in from like a mile away instead of just jumping to the hero. Now it's working. It's really weird. But either way, we have playing the Tidehunter. Jalopy is going to be on him. Baby Knight is going to be handling the Storm Spirit mid. We got Bland supporting the Spirit Breaker, Rise the Witch Doctor, and Unicorn on the Bristleback. They're going to be ambushing with a two-man cast. Quill Spray is there as well. Unicorn, get in there. Don't turn your back, you coward. Jerry's going to get charged. Now the right clicks are going to commence. Need a couple more, but Telekinesis is not quite going to do it. Quill Spray is going to get them one kill. Now Pitch trying to go for Rise, but suddenly he's in a lot more trouble than he's putting towards Rise. He's going to be right click down. One more right click is all they need. Unicorn's going to grab a double with those quills. He's completely out of mana, but you know what? He has 800 gold. He's fine with spending that mana in such a way. And How get pretty much the best start they could possibly ask for. Cask, just as a skill, is either going to be really, really good or really, really bad. In this situation, you get full value. Cask stun onto hero, onto hero, onto hero, and then you're going to be getting, how much stun duration total? I mean, it's just 1 second, but it does layer a little bit. But you have like 3 seconds, let's say. Let's say 2.5 seconds of stun at a range at level 1. That's pretty insane, guys. So Unicorn is going to get a very fast bottle delivered, and he might be ferrying it back and forth. This is actually a melee courier. Charge forward towards Jeru. In the wrong place at the wrong time. They don't have Nasal Goo. Telekinesis is going to hold the Bristleback out and the Spirit Breaker out for a little while. Jeru, though, is going to die to the Spirit Breaker's hit. Now they're going to try to go for Pitch. Usually Chilling Touch is going to let you win these types of fights, but not right now. Quill Spray number 1, not quite going to do it. They need a little bit more mana. He is 2 mana short. He will be able to get it. Will that kill off Pitch? No, not quite. They just need one more hit right now. Pitch is going to salve up. Will be canceled by a right click. No more mana, though, on the Bristleback, and it looks like they will be forced out. Only getting 1 kill. Boo-hoo. They get a kill yet again down on this bottom lane. And this is pretty much how I would expect any Spirit Breaker lane to go. However, it is kind of in part because MCSP are putting themselves in vulnerable positions. The Rubik over here was spotted by, I believe, the Observer Ward over here. Might have seen him rotate, you know, about this range in. So the ability to initiate on a very, very soft hero in that Rubik with 0 armor versus a Bristleback who's doing pure physical damage is going to pretty much win itself when you actually pull that charge trigger. So How off to a fantastic start down on this bottom lane, and this Bristleback is just going to get out of control. Taking a look at the other lanes, Baby Knight is crushing the Shadow Fiend. Oh my god, 12-5, and I guess to be fair, he does have the inherent base damage advantage. If you stop the Shadow Fiend from getting his first couple of souls, then the Shadow Fiend is going to be very, very unhappy moving forward, and Baby Knight has, for the most part, done that, and he's actually putting some good chip damage into Vitalik as well. Here comes the cow. Moo, 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 motherfucker. Vitalik is going to get charged. No! Jeru is there, catches the cow, and poor Spirit Breaker. He was so close, man. So close, but so far away. Vitalik's going to be pretty happy that his Rubik was there, but still it's not really going to help him too much in lane, given that he's almost being tripled up in CS by Baby Knight. And Baby Knight actually might have a kill. No, he won't. Up towards top, it's going to be Clockwork getting beaten down by Jalopy. There is just a very standard Kraken Shell Anchor Smash build going on here for the Tidehunter. Has picked up a very early Magic Stick as well. Don't really know how much value he's going to get off of it. But I can tell you one thing, this Clockwork is probably going to wish that he had a Magic Stick of his own. As it's going up against this spamming Anchor Smash hero, you're going to need all the health that you could actually get. Jalopy has this lane pretty much just as much on lockdown as the Storm Spirit has mid. And over towards the bottom lane, How also have this one almost completely on lockdown as well, because here comes the cow. Watch out, there is Stake coming in, and it's going to land straight onto Brutalis. There is a cast to follow up, which will once again get full value by stunning only heroes. Oh my god, look at the value, and cry, weep, and just weep at the beauty, guys. It doesn't get much better than that. It's like casting Ancestral Recall on turn 1. It's beautiful. Bland's going to charge away now, going to look straight for Jeru. This Spirit Breaker is going frickin' everywhere. This is probably by far the most active Spirit Breaker I've seen ever. Like, there are Spirit Breakers that will occasionally charge in, but this is just like taking it to a whole nother level. Look at this guy. Now with the double damage, he's going to just charge towards Jeru. This double damage isn't going to get a kill unless he gets a Greater Bash, or he will just be able to walk him down because he has boots, and Jeru actually does have boots as well. Greater Bash would have gotten the kill there, but either way, it's still Bland putting a tremendous amount of pressure towards the MCSP side just by himself. Look, this guy just doesn't give a damn about anything, man. This dude doesn't play by your rules. He's going to drink Clarities. He's going to buy Clarities. And then he's going to run into Jeru, who still hasn't left. Oh, no, Jeru, say it ain't so. This time Telekinesis might save him. Yes, it will. No more charge, no more nothing. This level 2 Spirit Breaker, though, is making this level 2 Rubik's life a living hell. At the end of the day, I suppose it is just a support for support, I guess canceling each other out, let's say, as they're both just wasting their mana pool, dropping low, you know, not really exchanging anything in the grand scheme of things. But Spirit Breaker now has 100 mana once again, is out of Clarities, but he has a target in sight because Brutalist, he's made of ice. A cow should be able to break that down, and they're going to go right in, actually stunning 2 people on impact. Gets a Greater Bash as well. Here comes the Bristleback and Rise. They're going to go straight to that Ancient Apparition. This time, though, Rubik is here. Unicorn taking quite a bit of damage. Doesn't have any bottle charges, but he does have the heal from Rise, and he does have his Bristleback. He's going to do a lot of damage. He will get out of there with 50 HP. Rise is going to go in. He wants to get a kill onto anyone. He's going to find one on Jeru. Now is going to get a kill on Pitch if he gets the vision, but he can't quite see it. He's going to man fight Brutalist. Both these 2 heroes are so freaking soft right now, and Spirit Breaker really wants to go in, but he kind of also doesn't. It's going to be 5-0 now from How, and this game is just getting out of control. This is what you want to see. This is what you want to see when you have a Spirit Breaker in game. And this is also exactly what I wanted to see from How, who, as I said before, would characteristically, when they were, I don't remember what their past name was as a team, they would play very slow games. They were on Lions, yeah, with Era, and that was, or not all of them, but most of them were on Lions with Era, and the games would just be glacially slow. But I'm pretty sure everyone would rather be watching this than some sort of 0 CS farm fest, because no one likes that. Up towards top lane, Jalopy dropping once again. The Clockwork very low, is tripling his CS. Oh my god, this Tidehunter. You would expect the Tidehunter to win versus the Clockwork, but you won't expect him to smash him this much. And now with Baby Knight coming in, that Rocket Flare did not scout out the Storm Spirit, otherwise he wouldn't be here. Ball Lightning in to only level 1 pull, but there's a Ravage here if they really need it. Anchor Smash going to whiff. Just Ravage, dude. Just, okay. Dude, cut it very close, jumping close to the cogs. They will get that kill. Anyway, Baby Knight making his first rotation, getting his first kill. What is going right now for the Cobra side? I guess Vitalik is getting a little bit of farm, and that's about it. Like, actually nothing else is going right for them currently. Like, Clockwork is almost at level 6. I guess they can make something happen then. But surprise, surprise, I think I've seen this play before. 3 heroes converging onto Brutalist. Cass gonna stun him out of that TP, and boom goes the cow. Estriel's gonna come in, but he's not level 6. He can't really get close to Rise unless he has help from Jiro, and Bristleback is gonna just present a wall of spines that no one really wants to go through, let alone a Clockwork. He is now stuck between an entire enemy team and his own cogs. The Troll Warlord's going to come as well, but already the Clockwork's pretty much dead. That's going to be 1 kill. Rise dropping low. Needs to pop that Voodoo Restoration. Will instead throw the cask. Will not live because he held that Voodoo Restoration. Here comes Jalopy. Has a Ravage primed and ready, but Unicorn, he's going to get a double kill before anything else. Ravage should be charged right about now. There it is, onto Vitalik. They're going to bring down the Shadow Fiend very easily with another Quill Spray. That's going to be 3 down. Looking towards Jeru. Not quite enough mana in the Bristleback, but if Bristleback gets too close, or if Rubik gets too close, that will be a kill. Oh, not quite. 80 HP, and Bland doesn't have another charge, not for another 25 mana. They're going to back off. They get 1 kill on the Radiant side. It's going to be Troll Warlord to kill off the Witch Doctor, who for some reason didn't have his Voodoo Restoration on, which would have saved him. But it's still looking pretty darn good for How, I would say. Like 1 to 10, that's pretty good. I would give my I put my money on the team that has 10 kills right now, because they have pretty darn good late game as well. It's going to be on paper a fairly even late game scenario, but not if they keep going like this. It's once again going to be a dive in. Bland doesn't even have that much HP, but he doesn't give a damn. Unicorn gives even fewer dams than everyone else, especially Bland. Rise is going to close right in with that Voodoo Restoration, just wants to give Unicorn all the help that he can. They're going to kill off one. Brutalist is stuck in the corner, they're going to kill off two. Someone TP'd, but they decided to cancel it. This level 2 Voodoo Restoration is doing work, and man, Voodoo Restoration is exactly what you want to have on these very inherently tanky strength heroes. Because with the armor that they have, with the Bristleback, with the Stout Shields, the Kraken Shell, your healing gets to be... It just provides so much more value because every single point you heal in the HP pool is protected by that high armor and all of those passive skills. So, how now 1-12, they've taken down their first tower of the game. In the meantime, Baby Knight is just like chilling. You know, he doesn't really care. He's fine. He doesn't really have to worry about much because, again, Rubik is the only real form of crowd control here. Maybe with a hook shot into a perfectly chain stun telekinesis, they'll be able to get that kill. But other than that, no, Baby Knight has all the time in the world to grab his Orchid. And, of course, the Tidehunter, after having demolished the top lane, is going to grab a pre-10-minute Blink Dagger. Seems pretty fair to me, guys. I don't really want to look at the net worth chart because it will be disgusting, and I will not. But I'm sure you guys know about how much it is right now. Just look at this. It's like Communist Red Party up in here on the house side. They are going to be staking out the entire enemy jungle. There is nothing that MCSP can do about this. This Bristleback, first of all, is unkillable. Then you have a Tidehunter who has a Blink Dagger and level 3 Kraken Shell who's also fairly unkillable. And Spirit Breaker is going to be starting all these fights, which, speaking of, might be happening in the mid lane. Here comes the train. Boom! Oh, Death Ward this time. That's new. Vitalik is going to get absolutely demolished. Unicorn is going to get in there for a little bit of experience. And that is going to be that. 1-13. Jalopy might be walking into a vulnerable position right now. He's going to turn around and see Jeru. This time has Gush, though. He doesn't have that much mana. Here comes the Bristleback. Telekinesis used on the Tide will hold out the Bristleback on landing. Blink Forward, Anchor Smash, going to get one kill. Estriol does not have enough mana to participate in this fight, and he will be forced to fall back. Meantime, Bristleback's going to find another pitch. Has the Whirling Axes melee, which will provide that mischance. But does Bristleback care? That's a question that we have so far seen the answer to be no. Ravage after a blink. Baby Knight's here as well. Brutalist is going to die. Pitch is also doomed to fall with a little bit more ball lightning. Here comes the cow as well. Pitch, though, not even going to survive long enough for that. Rubik showing his face. Shouldn't really be showing his face there. In the meantime, Vitalik, hide, don't breathe. Oh no. Double raise, triple raise, gonna do a hell of a lot of damage to the Bristleback, but can he actually finish this kill off? Not with Baby Knight coming in. He's gonna think about the Requiem, but he will get stunned out with the cask once again, getting full value. So many bounces onto Jero. Here comes the hookshot. Jalopy might be doing a fall here, and he will go down. Baby Knight, low on mana, will burn the rest of it to get out, but here comes Bland. Space Cow was AWOL for this entire fight. He's going to arrive. Ball lightning stolen by Rubik. Does he have any mana to actually continue this fight? He does. Cask gonna slow out Estriel for right now. Bland still looking to get away. Ball lightning, though, from Jero, going to bring him right into the clutches of Clockwork's Cogs, and Bland is also going to fall right now. 3-17, and MCSP gets something. But is it good enough? I don't really know, because they don't kill off the Storm Spirit. He is packing very close to an Orchid, and we have Bristleback who's at 1,700 gold. Oh geez, yeah. This is getting to be pretty dirty, guys. This is just so evil. Like, this is... Maybe there's just like an inherent skill differential here. Like, the house side, looking at their players, they are fine players, but they're not like top tier. They're not like S+ tier tier players. And it just seems like MCSP are just, in this particular game, just completely outmatched. It could just be the draft, it could just be the wrench of the Spirit Breaker that's messing with MCSP's game plan. But they saw the Spirit Breaker very early in this draft, and it's 12 minutes in. He just now hits level 6. This Spirit Breaker has done his job and then some. Like, the leveling situation right now for the two supports of HoW isn't really that great, but they've provided so much space for the likes of Bristleback to get kills, for Jalopy to find his Blink Dagger, and for the Orchid to be almost completed on Baby Knight. But I'm going to go straight into the Roshan pit with so much effective HP. It doesn't really matter the speed at which they'll kill Roshan. Like, even if they didn't have Gush and Nasal Goo, they'll be able to take him down very safely. But they do have that, of course, so minus armor. Going to be pretty sweet. I would like to see Medallion pick up by Bland or Rise, but that's fine. They don't really need that right now. Baby Knight will take out the top lane tower. Deny attempt, not going to succeed. And, well, where are the Cobra heroes right now? They're over in the mid lane. And, they're They're all grouped up around their Shadow Fiend because they know that the Shadow Fiend is so vulnerable right now. Aegis is going to be claimed by Unicorn. I actually don't like this decision because the Unicorn is the one who's least likely to die. If he does end up going down, he's not going to have any backup. So, of course, would like to give it to the Storm Spirit, but he's way too far away. Uh-oh, pitch. No, he just wants to farm. Show mercy. Mercy, please, How. Mercy, please. Look at this. They're not even attacking him. They're just messing with him. Playing with their food. 3 to 18. Guys, is the dream real? Do we have a dream here? Because I've only experienced the dream firsthand once. And it might happen again because Bland's charging forward. Already Jeru's actually mostly dead. Baby Knight's dropping pretty low, but Bland's there with the Nether Strike. Estriel dropping fairly low, gets a Greater Bash, plus the cast coming in. Bland is stuck in the cogs, will be going down. The Dream is dead, but no, the Dream is alive. We've done it, guys. Vitalik is standing by, can't really do anything but watch his allies die, and he himself might be dying as well because here comes a Ravage Death Ward combo from behind. 420 Dream dead. 421 is all that remains. And yeah, this is... What could you do? What could one do against such reckless hate? 12,000 gold lead, 14 minutes into the game. It's not as much experience, I guess. I showed you those levels before. So, like, the experience differential isn't that large. Hey, they have Ice Blast. That might get them a kill in this game. But, yeah, right now their tower is dead. This Bristleback is getting more and more unkillables. He picks up a Sange, plus Vanguard, that's like 1,000,000 HP, and he has Bristleback as well, so you're not going to kill him anytime soon. And, oh no, Pitch, not again. Oh man, I feel kind of bad. Pitch, maybe. Oh yes, Blanche showing mercy. The Space Cow giveth, and the Space Cow taketh away. All praise be to the Spirit Breaker. He shows mercy. He stayed his hand when the Troll Warlord needed mercy the most. He was granted some. It could be just the draft. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe How just going off with this particular draft. Maybe this is the only draft they know how to play. Brutalist, though, gonna get ball and instantly brought down by Baby Knight. Double raise. He needs the ball ending out. Will get out of there before the raises can actually land. Now here comes Jalopy. Of course, Unicorn's in the middle of the fray as well. Wants to use his Aegis right about now. Rise doesn't have his ultimate. And it will just now come up, and maybe they're going to fight afterwards, but the Space Cow coming in. He wants to take it away. Vitalik is going to get stunned once. Jalopy's going to blink forward. Still doesn't have a Ravage, but there's a Death Ward. Vitalik is going to die right now. Death Requiem not going to do jack. Death Ward stolen by the Rubik, which might help out, but it's a little bit too late because everyone's already dead. And how are going to back off? They haven't actually taken that many towers. Like they're not really good at taking towers. This team comp. They're very good at killing heroes. Clearly, you could see in the 4 to 24 score. But, yeah, killing off towers is really only going to happen after they already kill off all the heroes. And they've already done that. Like, you've already done that. You don't really have to do it over and over and over again. You kill one hero, kill them all, right? It's always the same. 4 to 24 How are going to be going down the bottom lane. This tier 2 tower. Can it be defended? There's phase boots on the troll. There's chainmail on the clockwork. There's almost a BKB on the Shadow Fiend. It's, maybe close. They can't defend it. They can't defend any of these towers. They are now fighting into a Ravage and a Death Ward. Or, I guess, now fighting into a Ravage and a Death Ward. And that in and of itself might just kill off their entire team. Not to mention the Bristleback that they can't kill. And the Storm Spirit with an Orchid. And everything else. Do they have any other items? No. These people are not really high rollers. Yes, the dream is 3 to 22. And it was almost there. I've seen it once. It was glorious. It didn't last for very long. It never does. The real dream is having a game end with 3 to 22. That's the real dream. But I don't know if that's ever happened before. Anyway, the house side are stacked up with items. Look at this. This item actually costs a lot of money. And like these are 4,000 gold items, whereas you compare it to this side, they have nothing. Let's see. You add the Shadow Fiend's net worth and the Clockwork's net worth. That's 87. And Storm Spirit, the second most farmed hero on How, has more than the top 2 heroes of Cobras. So, you know, there is that. Also, we have the Spirit Breaker packing that Claymore, and of course now he does have that Shadow Amulet. So, what's scarier than a giant angry cow? A giant angry cow that's invisible, because you don't know when it's coming. I guess to be fair, Cobras, they were not aware of most of his arrivals, so him being invisible isn't really going to change too many things. But yeah, they will just suddenly be very surprised by a Spirit Breaker out of nowhere, which should be pretty interesting. And that's why I'm following him right now, mostly because everyone else on How is just farming. But also, this Spirit Breaker, he's going to get his item delivered, and then he's going to look for blood. Whoever shows their face first is going to get charged. Up towards top, Cobra's smoked up, looking for the Spirit Breaker who was just here, but that is going to paint a giant target onto Pitch, because here comes the cow. Here comes the invisible cow. Oh man, guys, this is glorious. Pitch is gonna like, oh, I'm farming. Oh my god, there's a cow here. No, there isn't. What was that? I don't even know. Here comes Rise and Jalopy both. Pitch is going to get maledicted. Nether Strike is there, plus the Death Ward. That's going to be responded to by another Death Ward. Pitch still alive, actually. Jalopy gonna Force Staff into the Cogs. Gets the Ravage off, but already has 2 allies down. That's actually a pretty good team fight for MCSP. Ravage not gonna be stolen by Jeru. He takes the Gush, which is not the skill that you really want. Storm Spirit, though, going to teleport up to the top lane a little bit late to this party. And How mess up. I don't know if Spirit Breaker realized that would happen. Huge ball lightning in from Baby Knight. Is just going to have enough for the pull, but he will get lifted up in the air. Jalopy going to throw a Gush. Ezreal still in a lot of trouble because there's an Anchor Smash there. Will get the kill for Baby Knight. Jeru now is going to steal Anchor Smash. That's not really going to help because Baby Knight is right on his ass. One more hit's going to do it. There it goes. Double kill for Baby Knight. And Tower Frost looks like it will be close, but he will be surviving. In the meantime, the most deadly hero on How's side is killing the base of the Cobras, so you should probably go deal with that Bristleback. But hey, they get 2 more kills. It's, well, I mean, not that picture, but they get some kills. They use the Death Ward they previously stolen off of the fight that happened like all the way over here or whatever. And well, Death Ward being met with the Death Ward, it's a race, and whoever starts out with lower HP is probably going to lose that race. So Rubik gets something for his team. Well done, Rubik. But the question is, will it actually do anything for this game? Because How only really took that fight as a gimmick, like mostly because Bland Shadowblade. It turns out if you use Charge, the Charge procs, and you don't actually right-click out of the Shadowblade, so you don't actually break Invis. I'm not sure if Bland knew that. I feel like if you're playing a Spirit Breaker now, you should know that. But I've never built a Shadowblade on Spirit Breaker before, so you gotta actually hit them after the charge connects to get the extra damage and of course break the invis. The more you know, guys, the more you know. Or you could just go around and use it like most heroes. Just walk around in the invis, and then once you find someone, you just pounce, and then put your horns in their face, and then they're usually pretty sad by that point. Although, it's going to be a smoke up now for the Cobras. Just hiding behind their tier 2 tower. This is like the ultimate display of like I don't even know. Just it's not really caution. That's the word. Like if you're smoked up ever, you want to be looking for kills, unless you're doing some like weird smoke projectile dodging shenanigans. But you should be looking for kills. But they're not looking for kills. They're in fact getting killed. As Brutalist is going to get jumped. Baby Knight is going to kill off the Ancient Apparition before the Spirit Breaker can even get there. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys, calm down. And now they have their eyes set on Vitalik, and a whole lot more, actually. Jalopy does have a Ravage, and, well, now he has a Throne as well. Just so the Tidehunter can see everything. Just so he can see whatever is going to go on. How now should be looking to take some more towers. I mean, the mid and top lane are still alive, and they could very easily change that. Like, look at this effective HP of Bristleback. He could turn his back to MCSP and just sit there, and he will probably get 2 or 3 kills by the time they'll be able to kill Bristleback. That's just not what's supposed to happen in a game of Dota, ever. It's just filthy. He will get hit with the Ice Blast. It's probably one of MCSP's best tools at dealing with this Bristleback. But this tower is going to go down. That's pretty much no questions asked. Jalopy still stuck on his throne. It's going to blink down, and now they're going to look to smoke ambush someone. Oh no. No, no, no. Pitch, no, why? Oh yeah, there it is. There's the charge. There's the mischance. Death Ward is there though. Charge stolen by Jeru. Pitch actually gets to live. No Nether Strike from long range, and the blink forward Jalopy Anchor Smash gonna get the kill. Jeru now stuck on the low ground is also going to be dying after stealing nothing. It didn't even reach him by the time he was dead. Ice Blast will connect onto Unicorn, but that's another 2 kills for How. And look at that, the tower is conveniently right next to them. They're going to shuffle over to there and then kill off the tower in a hurry. Going forward, they're actually going to find SGL. Charge is coming in, but I'm pretty sure I will actually get the kill. But Baby Knight is going to claim a Beyond Godlike Streak. 10-0-4, the Bloodstone on the way. This tower is going to go down. And, well, it's 6-32, guys. So yeah, it's pretty filthy. And Bristleback can just do this. Turn his back, the cold shoulder.
Radiant's middle tower is under
That's a
attack.
tower down. Now POW only have to look towards high ground, and they probably can just straight go for it. They don't have Nether Strike, they don't have Death Ward, but they will be coming up very soon because they do have naturally low cooldowns. And they have a Ravage because they just haven't had to use a Ravage for the past however long. So yeah, this is going to be what looks like a bottom lane push. Roshan timer, not really cooperating with the Dire side, but it'll be up soon enough. That's only like a minute and a little bit left, minute 15 or something like that. So now they're just going to probably chill around that area because they don't really have to worry about anything. MCSP have applied no pressure to HOW for the entire game. And let's do a little bit more math. 8,600 plus 47, that's 12, 13, 3. Bristleback has more now than the top two of MCSP. The Storm Spirit's slipping a little bit, but I would still take that. I would still take these numbers. These seem fair. And this one. This also seems very fair. Uh-oh, someone's getting charged. It's going to be pitched. Titan Show already dropping very low, but here comes Storm Spirit and the Space Cow. They're going to go straight for the Troll Warlord. Vitalik winds up with the ultimate, doing quite a bit of damage to all of HOW. No one's really dead yet, though. Bland awkwardly stuck now. Baby Knight just can't hit pitch. He will get him, and he will save Bland. Requiem not going to connect on Bland either, as everyone from HOW gets to live. Baby Knight on the chase, looking for more. He is going to guess wrong, though, but he will eventually catch up to Jeru because he has a haste rune of all things. He has mana to spare. He's going to jump forward for that Rubik. It's a triple kill for Baby Knight. Ancient Apparition was up on the north lane, just wanting to farm. Oh, Baby Knight wants that quad. Give him 4. He's going to jump in. Going to see Brutalist. He's going to pull him in. That's going to be 4. Will it be in time, though? Yes, it will. Ultra kill for Baby Knight. One short of what you really want, but that's fine because 6-37 is still a pretty good score. Now 13 Bloodstone charges on this Storm Spirit. I don't want to say it's a good game, guys, but it kind of feels like it. You know, there's so many times when you're like, oh, well, this has got to be a good game, right? And then they come back, and then you're like, wow, maybe it wasn't completely GG, but then they end up winning anyway, and you're like, yeah, that's what I meant the whole time. But I'm pretty sure I've never seen a team come back from this. Like, still, what do they have going for them? A BKB on Shadow Fiend? A Robe of the Magi on Clockwork? Nothing, nothing, nothing. And having no items isn't really good, especially when your Shadow Fiend is up against Bashers. Oh, Baby Knight's going to get another kill. Vidalik is going to get charged by the Invisicow. And then he'll just run away. Randomly bumped. No big deal, guys. Don't worry. 6-38, something's stolen. That's Static Remnant. That's not really what you want if you're Jeru. It's actually really bad because I don't think you even get Overload. So it's just it's a mediocre nuke. 260 at melee range is pretty bad. The ball lightning in. He won't even have a chance to use it because Baby Knight is going to kill him before anything else. Charge coming in. Vidalik going to pop the BKB. The hookshot onto Bland will hold him out, so he will get Vidalik time to cast that ultimate. But now the Death Ward's being channeled. Estriel will go down. Bland will get the Nether Strike out. He's invis, and he will go down in the end. Brutalist also focused down by Baby Knight. It's another triple kill for the Storm. There are 2 buybacks, 3 buybacks in fact for MCSP. But that will not do anything because Storm Spirit, I'm pretty sure, can solo all of those heroes by himself. He now has an MKB. One more rallying call by the Radiant. They're going to walk right into a Ravage. That's going to kill off the Shadow Fiend. Pitch soon to follow. Now Brutalist is going to arrive to his doom. 7-45. Yeah. Oh, wait. We want more. Oh, Rubik is going to live. Lucky Rubik, man. Lucky Rubik. This is a best of 2, guys. And this game was a huge bite of the curb for the MCSP side. They are going to have to pull something extremely different out of the bag for next game. But when you get Raffle Stomped this hard, like, is there anything you can do? I guess we'll have to wait and see for Game 2. I'm Mike Loris, guys, and I'll be right back here for Game 2 of this best of 2 between Langhao and MCSP from jDL5.